What's going on, guys? Car Review Guys here. My name is AJ, and today we are with the 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning, and this is the XLT trim model. This is going to be the full review, and if you guys want a shorter video, the next video is going to be 5 things to love and 5 things to improve. We always try to keep those under 12 minutes, really ideally around like the 8 to 10 minute mark. But nonetheless, let's start with the exterior, work our way to the interior, and then we'll take it on a drive. Let's roll. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that cinematic. All right, starting right up front, you will notice there are LED headlamps and a nice runner all the way across. Looks pretty cool, and the XLT does have like this kind of matte finish, and it looks really good, if I do say so myself. Now, you may or may not know, there is actually storage space underneath here, and I believe the button is right down here. You just press it. You also notice the camera right there for the 360 camera. And it is actually really large in here. You can fit like 2 golf bags, and I believe it's between like 13 to 14 cubic feet, somewhere in there. Lifting this up, you've got a bunch of various wall plugs, a USB-C and a normal USB, which is obviously super nice to have that. Over here on the left, you will notice that is your windshield washer fluid. In order to close it back, you're just going to simply press the button. It's gonna beep, chime, whatever you want to call it, and down she goes. That is super nice. That is a huge plus on a full EV vehicle. Down below, very quickly, you will see there is a radiator in there. I believe that obviously cools the battery, because the battery basically sits between the 2 wheels, between the frame. Right here on the driver's side, you're going to notice the charging door, and you just press in, and there's your charging door. And this is actually pretty nice because there's no flap, nothing to hit your paint, which I've noticed in many other EVs. This just simply folds down. Doesn't touch your paint, which is great. There is the same looking door on the passenger side, but there is nothing behind it. It's just to make it symmetrical, and I'm a fan of that because symmetrical, well, it always looks better in my opinion. Coming back over to the driver's side, you'll have the Ford famous digit pad there, which is super nice because you don't have to have your key. You can literally just, if you don't want it, you can just type it in, good to go. You'll notice blind spot monitoring. Hopefully you can see it right here. Has nice big mirrors as well, certainly big enough for an F-150 platform. You are going to have a ton of space in the rear as it is the full crew cab. That is the only variation you can get. It does have keyless entry. You just press the lock button there, and then in order to get inside, you just simply touch on the inside. The step bar is fixed to the truck, and it is honestly perfect for getting in and out, which we will go over as we get into the interior. You've got some LED lamps down there on the side to also help. you have the lightning badge on the side, and it looks really good. And this is a good example of this antimatter blue that is on this truck. Ton of flake in it in the sun, but it can look almost black in certain lighting. Coming around to the back, there is a power tailgate up and down, which is certainly a nice little feature and not too many others have. You just simply press it, which many trucks have this just coming down, or soft open if you will. And if you simply want to put it up again, you just press the button again. But it does have these nice little measuring things here, so you can actually use it functionally. You do have several different outlets over there. Again, you can I apologize. You can use this truck as a generator for your home for up to around 2 days, depending on, the usage you're going to use. Simply pressing the button to make this go back up, and up she goes, which that's pretty nifty right there, not gonna lie to you. Down here in the lower right hand corner, it's got a really cool little badge. You got the American flag with another little lightning bolt. Again, I think that is all the little details on this truck are actually pretty good, and I'm very impressed with it, to be honest. Okay, I think that's pretty much going to wrap up the exterior. The last thing I will say, the tailgate also has the drop down ladder so you can step into it. Many people have seen that by now, so for the purpose of this video, let's jump into the inside. Testing if it is easy to get in or not in the rear. Let's see here. So there is a grab handle right there, easy to grab. Stepping up is actually pretty easy. I would say around 12, 14 inches, somewhere in there, to the step bar. And then one step up. Very natural, very easy. No issues whatsoever. Tons of headroom, if you can see that. I would say 6, 8 inches, somewhere in there. And then my knees, I can't even touch the seat. So tons of room in the back. You will notice there is not any center fold down armrest back here. However, you do have cup holders right here in front of you. You have your own vents and some charging outlets. Over on the door, another little cup holder. It is square, which is unique, but nonetheless a cup holder. And then you will notice that your little door handle back there, kind of hidden, which is nice. Soft touch here and soft touch there, which is where your arm would be touching. Let's jump up to the front. Okay, testing to get in the front. Simply grab another grab handle, which is nice. Many trucks do not have a grab handle here, so that is super nice by Ford. For some people, not a big deal, but there's of all ages, of all kinds. You may have a bad back, tough to get your legs up, whatever. So super nice to have that. Now, again, just stepping up, you can step up. The platform is nice and wide. Getting in very naturally, don't have any issues whatsoever getting into the front. Now that we are in the front, let's start over on the left-hand side here. All of your standard switches for your windows and your mirrors. Your lock and unlock is pretty far up there. That's pretty unique. This truck also, you will notice on the door, there's no memory seating. You cannot get the memory seating on the XLT. Again, that's what this is an XLT. You cannot get that on this. You're gonna have to go up to, I believe, the Lariat in order to get the memory seating, which is what it is. I do wish they had memory seating as an option on the XLT, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen. You can adjust your pedals down here by just simply pressing this button one way or the other. All of your light controls, mirror light controls, front and tailgate are there, along with your parking brake is down there as well. Windshield wipers are right here on the left stock. Simply just turn them. Looking at the steering wheel now, you're going to notice all of your volume and cruise control settings are there, along with voice command. On the right hand side, you're going to be able to control your menu up there in the middle, which you will notice is a full LED digital instrument cluster. Very nice, looks great. This is to do your seeking on tracks and your phone calls, and there is no heads-up display on the Lightning. I'm not even sure if that's available on the top level trim. I will do some checking and I will talk about that in my next video. Moving over to the right, you have a nice 12-inch display. If you want the bigger screen that is also in the Mach-E, I believe, you are going to have to go up in trim level on this vehicle. But nonetheless, I think this 12-inch is plenty big enough, and it's very, very easy to use. It's very responsive. I mean, I don't have any issues with this screen. It's super nice, clean, high def. It's great. I really do like it. Certainly an upgrade from the last Ford that I owned, which was a Ford Fusion. This thing looks amazing. Working our way down, you're going to notice there are heated seats and a heated steering wheel right there. You have dual climate controlled temperature. You have 2 glove boxes over on the right. Press this button right here on the left, the top one to pop up, and then down below, pretty standard sizes, nothing too crazy there. You do have a couple of different chargers right there. You've got 2 cup holders and a gear shift that honestly looks a little funny at first sight, because you can simply press this. It's going to go down, move my water bottle out of the way, and you just simply grab right here, pull it down, and now you have a functional work area. Actually, pretty nice. Seemed a little gimmicky at first, but I can certainly see where like contractors or whatever would use this quite a bit. Simply to put it away, you just fold it up, press the button again, back that comes. As we're getting this vehicle out on the road, let's go over some of the quick stats and figures. I will also put a few up on the screen here for you guys. 580 horsepower, 775 pound-feet of torque, all-wheel drive, and in order to charge this thing using a 150 DC fast charger, 15 to 80% is about 41 minutes. Not bad, not bad. A whole lot better than I expected. Your total range on this one, this is the extended range, you are looking at around 320 miles, and you're going to get a 0 to 60 of right around 3.9. And this thing comes in weighing like around 6,700 to 6,800 pounds. 0 to 60 is 3.9. Let that soak in for just a second. Just saying. All right, let's get it on the road. I mean, I think the first thing we have to do to discuss, because it is certainly crazy impressive, we got to do a quick pull. Ready? And go. In sport mode. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's the craziest sensation. Not only is it legitimately quick at around 3.9, it feels so much faster because you're in this large truck. Now, talking about the braking as well, because it's got to be able to stop. The brakes are impressive. It will actually stop you quickly. And this thing comes in, again, 6,700 to 6,800 pounds. It's not a light truck. It is heavy. But the all-wheel drive is just good. Like, even just going around a turn, wow. It just pulls G-forces, and it's so planted. You very quickly forget that you're actually driving a truck. Honestly, you really do. You forget that you're driving a truck. Like, that is crazy. Okay, moving on from all of the fun, because as soon as you guys drive one, you will truly be impressed. And again, I own a 2017 Acura NSX. I know what fast is. So this is legitimately quick. So with that said, let's talk about the comfort. You can only get one color with the seats in here, which is like a charcoal type of color. And the seats are pretty comfortable. I don't have any issues with the seats, other than on the XLT, you can't even get like a pleather or anything, like it's optional. Kind of wish you could, because like for me, my back kind of sticks to it, makes me sweat a little bit. But other than that, I mean, they are comfortable. Like the padding is absolutely fine. I have no issues there. With them being full power on the driver's seat, no issues. You can move it where you want, so I'm very comfortable. As far as getting in and out, again, very easy, comfortable to get in and out. We've already I've showed you the examples of that. So, and again, I'm 5'9" for those of you if you're new to the channel. And then the other thing is comfort is, are you comfortable driving it? Meaning, is it easy to drive? Yes, this truck is very easy to drive. Again, I've already stated, you basically forget like you're even driving a truck. Even though you have a full-size F-150 truck, it's pretty wild. The visibility along with that, again, nice big mirrors, but they're not too big to where they look kind of, you know, silly. They look good, they're stylish, they're easy to see out of, great visibility. Now, as far as actual looking around visibility, you do have a pillar here. It's a little bit thick, but it's not bad. But it is there. So if you have an issue with it, use your blind spot monitoring, but I can't imagine you having too big of an issue because it's a pretty standard size. It's nothing larger than what you're probably already used to. As far as the front window goes, nice visibility. Back window, good visibility as well. Don't have any issues there. Suspension wise, for comfort and performance, again, this truck, because of where the battery is between the frame, very, very low center of gravity. It doesn't have very much body roll like you're probably used to feeling in a full-size truck, which is impressive. I actually really like that. And then at the same time, this thing blows my mind because at the end of the day, right, it's an F-150, but the suspension really absorbs bumps. And I was kind of surprised. I mean, I thought it'd be just like a normal F-150 suspension, but no, I mean, to me, it feels a little bit better than that. I don't know all the engineering behind that, but it does feel a little bit better for sure. There's no question. There is a distinct difference. As far as the modes go, is there a difference? Yes, there is a difference. Sport mode, you can certainly tell the difference in acceleration. So if you're wanting the, you know, quick, peppy response, use sport mode. The other question that I'm getting asked for EVs is, when you fully throttle something that's nearly 7,000 pounds and it does 0 to 60 in 3.9, what kind of battery life are you losing / using? So what I found is every time I pin it to the floor and I do a full acceleration, full out, I lose 2 miles of charge. Every time I pin it, 2 miles. So that's actually better than I expected. I'm not gonna lie, because when you're talking about getting something that's nearly 7,000 pounds, moving that rapidly, that's impressive to only lose 2 miles. I mean, that's really good. Now, under normal driving, how's it doing? I mean, is it getting anywhere close to the 320 mile range that it's rated for? And after driving this for a while, I will say that it's got to be pretty close if it's not getting 320. Mind you, I live in Arizona. Temperature right now this time of year is around 70, 75 degrees, so it's not too hot, so I'm not sure how it would do in extreme heat or extreme cold. I'm sure it'll change it some. So the AC is running a little bit for me. I have it set at 68 degrees in here. And I just listen to music. Other than that, I don't really have anything else going. I'm not charging my phone or anything. And I would be getting really close to the 320 mile range, dividing it out with the miles that I've driven right now. So Ford's being pretty honest. I mean, they are pretty much right on the mark as to their rating, which is always a good thing. The price tag on this particular truck, it's a 2022. Unfortunately, 2022 is completely sold out. Everyone grabbed them up, unsurprisingly, but it comes in at around $75,000. And if you want a 2023, still going to be hard to get, but I believe the pricing increased by around roughly $7,000 to $8,000. But if you got a 2022, you're in this thing for definitely a good deal. Even for the 2023, it's fair, because by the time you do the tax incentive and all that stuff, you're going to be getting, or the tax credit rather, it's going to be coming back to you. So it's still a fair price. Now, some of you are going to go, holy cow, $75,000, $80,000 for an F-150. that has cloth seats, you got to understand the competitors, right? I mean, look at for example, a Rivian, which is not as capable as this, and it's not as big. It's not a complete full-size truck. Those trucks are running $90,000 to $100,000. So Ford is being very competitive on their pricing. Honestly, if you're saying that for this truck, it's just not for you. I think, personally, I think that it's worth the money. If you're in the market for an EV, it's worth the money, 100%. Okay, closing out this full review, again, if you're in the market for a full-size truck, EV, certainly this is one to look at. This thing is properly quick. It's fun to drive, but it's also mellow. It's quiet. You're just driving along, hardly any road noise. It's comfortable, and you forget you're driving a truck. It still has good tech in it, a nice big 12-inch screen. You don't feel like you're outdated. You still feel very up-to-date with technology, so that's a good feeling to have. If you guys have any particular questions, be sure to drop them in the comments down below. I do my best to respond to every single person, and if I don't know it, I'll try my best to look it up and figure it out, even if I have to speak to my Ford rep to get you an answer. If you guys like this video, please be sure to hit the like button. It does help me out a lot. If you guys enjoy this or want to see another vehicle already on my channel or in the future, comment below and subscribe to the channel. As always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.